Do you currently have a Binance card and are you looking for a replacement? Well, look no further. I got you covered. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm yours truly, the Coin Baron, and in this video, we're going to review the Royal Indigo and Jade Green crypto Visa card. And honestly, guys, I have to mention that I am a bit biased. This was my first crypto card ever, and I really enjoyed using it so far. It's no longer my daily driver, and actually the rewards have changed a lot since I actually bought it back in 2021. So it is time for an update, so we'll give it to you in this video. Also, do check out my previous video about the Midnight Blue and Ruby Red card, but let's go right into the requirements for this card. Getting into the Royal Indigo and Jade Green card actually requires quite the investment. You can also go to the website compare card tiers of crypto.com, and you can see the green and the royal navy blue over here. And it mentions it needs a crow lockup of 3,500 euros, or also known as 4,000 US dollars. And it needs to be locked up in the app for at least 6 months. But if you want to have the rewards, actually, you need to keep them locked up. So even after those 6 months, you need to keep them in the app. Anyway, so getting into the card is quite the investment that you need to think about. But what about the rewards? The rewards for the Royal Indigo and Jade Green card can also be found on this website over here. But before we go into the details, I just want to mention that the best perk might actually be just getting this card. This card is made of pure metal, feels very sturdy, and when you're paying with this card, you're grabbing some real attention. But okay, I like metal Visa cards. You probably also like metal Visa cards. But what about the actual cash reward? Well, I think that one is more important to you, isn't it? Anyways, for that one, let's go quickly to the website again. And what it shows is that you get a crow reward, so cashback in crypto, of 2% when you're paying with the card. That includes groceries, gasoline, but doesn't include anything like a mortgage. That is excluded from cashback. There is also a limit to the cashback of 50 US dollars every month, but I think it's a really fair limit because it's a very high amount of money to actually spend every month. That's not the only thing though. There are also some other perks available to the Royal Indigo and Jade Green card. And those are Spotify and Netflix. For both services that will cost you 14 US dollars every month, you will get a complete reimbursement again in CRO for the first 6 months. So Spotify, Netflix, both 14 US dollars, so together 28 US dollars. So free Netflix, free Spotify, and a 2% cashback. Sounds quite good, right? So let's actually crunch up some numbers and let's calculate what you would actually earn within 1 year. An important amount of the yearly return will be the cashback that you get with the card. Unfortunately, I can't really say how much you are spending, so of course you have to do your own calculations. But for this video and for the previous videos, we assume you're spending 10,000 US dollars every year with your card. If you're spending 10,000 US dollars and you have a Royal Indigo or Jade Green card, you will get a 2% cashback. So that will net you a total of 200 US dollars every year. Moreover, if you're using Netflix and Spotify and you're paying with your card, you will get a complete reimbursement up to 14 US dollar. So there will be 14 US dollars for Netflix, 14 US dollars for Spotify, and that both for 6 months. So 28 times 6 will actually give you a total reward in a year of 168 US dollar for spending with the card for getting Spotify and Netflix. Additionally, there's also a reward that less people know about, and it's the Crow Stake reward. If you lock away Crow, you actually stake the Crow as well, and you will get a 4% return on that stake. So overall, let's say the amount of Crow remains the same, so it remains 4,000 US dollars worth. You'll get a 4% return, so that nets you a total of 160 US dollars. Moreover, if you're using my referral code down below, you will also get a 25 US dollar welcome bonus to actually get started with the card. So that will also give you an additional 25 US dollars. You're welcome. Then it's time to get our calculator out and actually sum up all rewards. First and foremost, we do have the cashback. That will net you a grand total of 200 US dollars. Then we add the additional reward for Spotify and Netflix. that will grant you 168 US dollars. Then we add the Crow staking reward of $160 again. And finally, we add the welcome bonus. And this, guys, will give you a grand total of 553 US dollars. With all this information, we can also determine the return on investment. So we started with an investment of 4,000 US dollars in Crow. In the first year, this will yield you 553 US dollars for just using all the perks on the card. So this will actually give you a return on investment. So we do 553 divided by 4,000, and that will give you a total of 14%. So not too shabby. Since you now know the rewards, I do need to mention that sometimes the Crypto.com team decides to change the reward structure. For example, over here, as you do see, the Royal Indigo and Jade Green tier would get a 0% cashback, but after community outrage, they actually improved it again back to a 2% cashback. However, when I ordered the card in the bull cycle, really, I actually got a 3% cashback. So these rewards have changed in the past, and they probably will change again for the better or for the worse. So finally, it's time to talk about what the competition is doing. And unfortunately, well, the Binance card is not available anymore. So we'll skip the Binance card and talk about the Coinbase card instead right now. Like Crypto.com, Coinbase is also a one-stop shop for your complete crypto experience. They offer an exchange, they have NFTs, and also now a card. This card actually has been active for quite a while already and also runs on the Visa network. So it offers many of the same advantages of, well, the wide availability of the card. Again, it's also debit, so no annual fee. And of course, the best part, you will earn an actual cashback reward. And the cashback, well, you can choose what kind of currency you get the reward. So it can be USDC, can be DAI, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or AMP. And I honestly don't know AMP, but what I do know is, of course, Bitcoin. And a 1.5% cashback with Bitcoin in your mind, that's not bad at all. For the latest cashback rates, I do advise you to quickly visit the Coinbase app. But overall, the 1.5% cashback for Bitcoin is really attractive. And also remember, you don't need any upfront investment like you have to lock up your Crow. So that is definitely, I think, a big plus. The downside of course, is that they don't offer any great perks like the Spotify, like the Netflix, or like the great looking metal Visa card. But okay, that's something up to you to decide, of course. Another competitor I'd like to bring up over here is Plutus. They're mainly active in Europe and Great Britain, but they offer really competitive rates. And I think the one that's most comparable with Jade Green Royal Indigo is their everyday plan. So it is a plan, so you have to pay a €5 upfront cost every month, but they do offer 3% cashback, and that's actually up to 2,000 US dollar monthly, and also 2 perks. So very much like you got Spotify and Netflix. But this time there is no limit if you use it for like 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. So far, I think you can use it unlimitedly. And also they offer a 0% fee on swaps. So overall, that is really, really competitive. And I think if you don't want to spend 4,000 US dollars upfront and you do spend like 10,000 yearly, this definitely makes sense. The only thing is you get the rewards in Plu, and Plu is really a low cap altcoin. So a bit more, a less safe investment, let's say it like that. Moreover, they also offer different options, and that is actually stacking your Plu, so similar to staking your Crow. If you stack 650 Plu, and currently that is the same price as give or take 4,500 US dollars, then you can actually get a 5% reward and 5 perks. And those perks, well, are not just limited to Netflix and Spotify, Prime, McDonald's, Burger King, PlayStation, Uber, Apple. A lot of different options are available. And I think this is really, really more flexible than what you get with, well, the Crypto.com card. Overall, though, I would say that Coinbase is the safest option because you're actually getting Bitcoin in return. Then we got Crypto.com, which you're getting Crow, with really more like a mid-sized altcoin. And then we got Plutus, which definitely offers the best cashback reward, but also requires you to have, well, Pluton. And Pluton is really more volatile than all the other coins we discussed so far. So make up your mind on that one. Time for a conclusion. In my humble opinion, the most important takeaway from this video is that this card requires a great upfront investment. You need to make sure you trust the project and like where it's heading, because this remains an altcoin, and right now you might invest in this card for 4,000 US dollars, but in theory next month it could easily be worth 3,000 US dollars. But also the other way around could be true, and you invest in this card for 4,000 US dollars, but in a year this might be worth 40,000 US dollars. Those things really happen and also happen to me, therefore could actually get to the next card tier. So really think, is this something you want to invest in? Then if you want to invest in Crow, I do think this is a great way to actually start off with your 4,000 US dollars worth of Crow. You could also put it, for example, in the DeFi wallet, but over here you'll get the best return on an investment. Are there other alternatives available? Yes. If you want to have a less risky play, please get the Coinbase card. And if you want to have a more risky play even, go try the Pudus card. But overall, I like to actually stick with the Crypto.com project because I think it offers the best one-stop solution actually with a crypto card. Anyway, that is my opinion. Please let me know what you personally think. Is this a card you have? Do you have a different card? Is it something you are thinking about? If you have any questions, please let me know down below and subscribe for also the other tier videos that we'll be providing very soon. But that's me, I'm the Coin Baron, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then.